This is Rabbi Chaim Moshe, and we are reading the Torah portions that talk about the sanctity of the human condition. And the Torah portion deals with that the commandments are made so that you should live, meaning that all of the commandment, except for very few, are there to assist in the person living. If a commandment goes against the principle of a person living, then the commandment vaporizes. In other words, the concern for life is one of the most important concerns in the existence of the human being. The human being is there in order to sanctify God. But if man's life is sacrificed, this does not sanctify God, it desecrates God. So the destruction of life desecrates God's glory. But it's more than that. There is a bond that holds peoples together. What is that bond? It's a bond of loyalty. It's a bond of respect. It's a bond of love. And it's a bond of honor. A society exists only because people are connected to each other and people are willing to fight for one another in order to preserve their lifestyle or their lives together as a society. The strength of that bond depends upon our commitment to various things: the law, the ideals that we share, and the respect that we have for one another, and the respect that we have for one's life, for another's life. If you are willing to kill your own child, what would you do? Because it's inconvenient. What would you do to another person or another person's child if that life is inconvenient for you? And the answer is obvious. If you're willing to kill your own child, then there isn't any human being that you wouldn't be willing to kill. The most powerful nature within the human being or the animal is to preserve one's children. We work, we sacrifice, we plan for the future of our children. Everything we do, it's not just for our own personal pleasure, but we do this to ensure the continuity of our line, of our civilization. We do this to protect our children, that they should have a better life. That's at the core of our existence. When a person violates this core emotion, then the entire public fabric disintegrates. The fact that we are opposed to each other so violently, the fact that people on the left and to a certain degree on the right don't care about the other person who disagrees with them, is just the condition that comes as a result. It's a resultant that's reflective of the uncaring element within the person's soul. When we don't care about others, we have a society based on quicksand. And that's what these week's Torah portions talk about. Talks about the need for honoring parents. And why must you honor parents? What do your parents know that you don't know? The answer is we have to learn respect for those who gave to us in order to promote the values that they stand for. And furthermore, the institution of marriage itself, father and mother are central to a society, so central that they're the basis of our filiality, our love, our loyalty. It's the basis of fairness. It's the basis of love. It's the basis for concern. The nuclear family is the strength upon which a society is built. When you have no nuclear family, or you have no care, or you have no love in the nuclear family, things crumble, society crumbles. The basis of a society is dependent upon there being a family and there being respect and commitment within that family. And why should I respect my father and mother? Are they better than I? Have they done better things than I? know? But they've given life to me. Because they gave life to me, because they cared for me when I was helpless, I should feel gratitude. And as a result of that gratitude, I would show them honor and commitment. And when you have a commitment to someone who's done good for you, that commitment then translates to every other person who's done good for you, who does good for you, who's a source of strength for you. And that translates into a stronger society. When you have a molecule that's strong, then you have a crystal that's strong. Then you have a rock that's strong. Then you have a mountain that's powerful. When you have a molecule that collapses, you don't have a crystal, you don't have a rock, you just have quicksand. And this is the lesson of the last 2 weeks' Torah portion. And the focus on the last 2 weeks of Torah portions are the sanctity of life. These are the mitzvahs so that man should live by them. Life is paramount. And the second is marriage. Marriage done in a pure sense. Marriage done in a way that's not harmful to another person. Marriage of two individuals, male and female, are the basis of a society. And if you violate these two principles, the principles of life and the principle of marriage, then the Torah says you will not be long in the land. The land will expel you. The land will vomit you out. Why will the land vomit you out? Is there any spiritual dynamic of vomit that exists within a land? Does a land have a digestive system? The answer is no. The Torah is telling you that the society based upon where there is no sexual standards, that everything is for one's personal pleasure, that it's not for a purpose of having a family, where there is the filial, where there is the family unit that have respect and love and commitment for each other. And when there is no respect for the sanctity of life, that life is not paramount. We don't care about the other person's living. Those two factors, the factor that we don't respect life and the factor that we don't respect marriage, those two elements are the key for the destruction of a society. What we have today is A majority of children are born out of wedlock because there is no such thing as commitment between peoples. There's only a function of pleasure. Children are born as a result of one's personal desire or pleasure, not done out of a commitment for life, not done as a commitment for family. And as a result of that, we have a destroyed society. The society will come apart. Hello? Okay. Okay. All right. I was doing something, recording, and I stopped in the middle because of you. All right. Like this. My wife is taking, she is taking control over my driving the bus, even though I bought the bus, my own money, and everything that I've done for the bus is really something I've done for the sake of the school, but I've done it on my own. But as a result of what's happening, she is giving me difficulty in doing a West Bloomfield run for next year, and I've suggested to her that I could do it if she would agree to the following scene, but it would require a little bit of flexibility on your part. And you have to be strong on this. I mean, the point being that I want to facilitate all of the parents as best as I can. To me, West Bloomfield, Oak Park, and South are the same, but I'm only one person. I have only one bus, and the problem is that there are people who want to come from Oak Park next year who want the bus both ways. So I suggested to her that I could do the West Bloomfield return before the end of school if I would make one drop off. The cost is not, if I could, hello? Okay. If I could drop all three kids at your sister and then come back, I could do that in 10 minutes. If I have to go three stops, it becomes 16 to 20 minutes, and then it doesn't make any sense, and I can't do it, and I won't win the argument. The question is, can we do this? To me, the fees are not important. I just want you to understand. I don't do this for money. I mean, it just cost me $2,000, $2,200 just to do the service on the car. I do it again in the summertime. I just had an accident. I got to pay out of pocket $1,400 in order to avoid having my insurance go out of the roof. So this is not something I do for money. So for me, it's not the panosa. I'm doing it to facilitate the thing. But I'm going to need your help to agree, and I'm going to need your help to promote this particular way of thinking. I'd take the kids at 1:45. I'd bring them to your sister, and I'd be back within 10, 11 minutes. And then I could take the other kids to Oak Park and fill up. And that's doable. If I don't, then I can't do, I can't do a full bus and you guys together. I can only, and I'm willing to take half of the money that you guys would pay me. The money's not important. I'm trying to figure out a way to facilitate both groups without destroying the schedule. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. And I'm going to need your help, A, in agreeing, and B, promoting this to Mrs. Bergstein, because it's very hard to argue with her. She's opposed to what? Yeah, she doesn't want it. And she doesn't want it. When things aren't exactly, forget about reasons. I'm not interested in reasons. I'm trying to facilitate, and I can't be involved directly. It's my wife. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it in a way that I'm going to help everybody, because this is my volunteers. This is my labor of love, but I can't do it with. I have to be able to do it with cooperation of the parents, and so this is why I'm talking to you right now. At a quarter to, they at a quarter to they come into the, and I go, and it adds about 16 minutes to the ride if everything goes smoothly. And she doesn't want that. And B, there are going to be two more families who want back and forth, and they won't come. The same location. Yeah. I'm not going to look. My desire is to build onto my Chabad house and not have to rent from Adat Shalom. There are reasons for that. The mass craziness was one of them. But I'm seven. I'm going to be 76 soon. What am I going to build for? For what? For whom? I'm saying. So I don't have some scenario where somebody's taking over Ganenu. If I had, that's a different story. So right now, it doesn't make sense for me to build anything, to invest any monies. That the Adat Shalom is charging us $2,000 flat rate per month. You don't have to go ahead and I don't have to insure anything. I don't have to worry about cleaning. I don't have to worry about snow plowing. I don't have to worry about the grass. I mean, it's bupkis. It's a very, very simple and very, very good option for us. But it's not something that I would want if I had if I was 20 years younger, or if I had somebody that was taking over. I don't right now. So we're staying at Adat Shalom until something changes. So for next year for sure. That's what we're doing. I would take I uh, between 10 to and 5 to, and I could get back before 2 o'clock, pick up the kids, and it would be easy, very easy it's not so difficult to be able to do that. If Henny would be on the bus, and she does it quickly, I could leave a couple of minutes after 2, and it would be an easy commute for everybody. But I need to be able to have somebody present it to my wife in a way that it's not coming from me, which will automatically create a rejection. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it's avoids having to go across the Northwestern Highway. You know, it would avoid. I'm happy to do it for you, and I'm happy to take less money. I'm not interested in this is not what I'm not doing it for money. So, but in order to be able to do it efficiently, if I could do one stop, and then it's almost half the time. That's it. 3 kids. Not that are taking the bus. If there was, different story, but not that are taking the bus. If they would, I could. If they would, I could accommodate them also with one stop. One stop is if 5 stops is impossible. One stop it's a 10 minute. I know. Okay, no, a carpool, of course, that would be the easiest thing is a carpool. But I'm saying I'm willing to help cut down your drive, and I'm willing to take less money. This is not done for money. Okay, so let's understand ourselves. I'm trying to help everybody. I want to. That's all. That's what I want to do. Okay. Okay. So okay, fine. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.